If someone's listening to this and they're looking to invest in things for the longer term, for the future, what would you recommend that they invest into?
So 2 answers. I said it on John Lee's podcast the other week. The first thing I would invest in is yourself. If you've got money to invest, put some of it aside and invest in yourself. What do you mean? Coaches, mentoring programs, things that you're interested in. Go and learn about stuff from other people. Because I think the biggest investment anyone will ever make is to invest in themselves. So that's my sort of reflex dad answer about stuff, you know. Secondly, I think if you've got a lump to invest, and that can be, you know, quite varied on people's definitions of what a lump is, well, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I would apportion it and break up what we try to refer to as like a model portfolio or a diverse portfolio. Don't put all your eggs in one basket because that particular offering is offering you the highest yield. You've got to play a bit more of a smarter game, you know, try and balance it out, different asset classes, different industry sectors, different yields for sure, higher risk and lower risk, you know, just creating everything that's diverse, because the word investment actually means risk. You're not going to win 100% of your investments. It's impossible. Even within our capital raising, we've backed the wrong horse about 4 times. We've got it wrong with investments. Okay, a couple of them were what called genuine pandemic victims of COVID, right? So the industries or the businesses failed, let's say. But there was one before that, before even COVID hit. We did a big raise for an Australian mine, and you know that didn't work out. It's just nothing does work out in life. You know, you're not going to get that 100% track record.
Which also is playing the percentages.
What do you mean?
So I think it's like Roger Federer. I think the statistics might be he lost 40% of the games he actually played, but then he ended up winning obviously fucking loads because he won the important fucking battles essentially. Yeah. So he lost some of the battles to win the important wars.
Yeah.
So I think it's understanding that, but then also then not being like, okay, because it just didn't work this first time doesn't mean that everything is bad that I'm going to do.
Yeah, I believe as well that with investments, it's such a subjective thing to either critique or give advice on. I'm not an advisor, so I can't give advice per se. I mean, I can talk about my own investments and stuff that I've done and mistakes I've made, things that have worked, things that haven't worked. But the thing you've got to understand that when you go into the world of investing, it can become a full-time job. It can become quite consuming. It's very interesting. There's a lot of noise out there. So again, to sift through the noise, there's a lot of newer, you know, the best things since sliced bread, and there's, you know, these weird and wonderful sort of schemes from sort of crypto type based things to all these other, you know, high, really super high things. You've got, I'd say, do a lot of due diligence, get a great advisor or portfolio manager, and speak to people. I think speaking to people about investments, a lot of people years ago were very closed about and guarded about their investment portfolios. I think now it's good to compare with other people. What's worked for you? Oh, why didn't that work? Oh, how did that one work? Why did that one work? You need to get quite quizzical about it as well and canvass the opinions of many different people, you know?
Yeah, I think that's where people just don't do enough research.
I would also caveat this with, I had a conversation with one of my colleagues last night, but he used AI to do a diagnosis of an investment. And I looked at him and said, I'm not even going to finish reading this email. He got really offended. I was like, dude, you've just relied on AI, but you've not fed in all that information to the AI to come out with their summarization of it. I said, it hasn't actually picked up a lot of the nuances. So I said, it hasn't thought about this part, and this part. I said, come on, man, you know about this. So again, whilst AI is great, it's not nuanced enough, in my opinion, to be able to make an investment decision summary. So I would definitely then go, that's one you need to lean on a real human advisor who's had experience in the field.
I can give you a weird example of that. I watched a documentary on Hulk Hogan the other day on Netflix. It's very good. I recommend watching it. And I like put into ChatGPT, I was like, what did Hulk Hogan die of? I was like, Hulk Hogan hasn't died. I'm like, fucking bro, he's fucking dead. He died a year ago. So I was like it makes fucking stuff wrong, like clearly. Yeah, so I think that for me, I just thought was an interesting example of like the people who are just outsourcing their mental thinking to this are just fucked.
Yeah, but then we're all guilty of it because it's that path of least resistance. But so many people now are becoming so reliant on that. Well, AI told it to me. It's like saying the same as, well, I saw it on Google, therefore it must be true. It's like, come on, guys.
100%. In terms of for you for the next, say, 12 months, 24 months, what's the biggest focus for you in the business?
Firstly, I need to get to that $1 billion raised mark, which hopefully we're going to do in the next 2 months. That's just more of a bit of an ego flex, to be honest. At least I can put that on my LinkedIn title. But I think the main part of it is where the evolution of CGW has now branched out into 2 other sort of similar entities. We've developed a fintech platform that is a sort of spin-off of 15 years of CGW's journey. quite excited by that. I don't know where that's going to go, that journey, but I'd like to think it's another way to sort of monetize what we've built at CGW.
Like an online bank, or?
No, it's more an advisor-based platform. I mean, we're in the B2B realm, so it's B2B. It's more for people that need to maybe go and raise capital, but want to get networks or get access to other capital raising type people. It's part incorporating a bit of a social media angle, a social media platform angle to it. Think of it as a super light version of LinkedIn, putting it without giving too much away. But there's a lot more to it as well with our networks that we've built. I've also diversified into building call it a biohacking distribution type company of something, again, I'm passionate about. I've always wanted to pivot and have something else, again, another pillar of income. But also, most importantly, is I now I'm helping up some other biohacking health optimization companies to raise capital. I've done loads of capital raising into different asset classes and industries, and I think I've never really truly raised into the space itself of longevity, health and wellness. And now I've sort of looked at what I've built with CGW over 15 years. I'm thinking, I really want to invest now. Not invest, I want to help other people that are in that wellness and longevity game raise money for their companies or their projects that are in that, because it's something that I'm really passionate about. And I'd like to think it's kind of a way of giving back, but it's more about just believing that I've built a network now and I'm using it in a different way into a space that I firmly believe in and am passionate about.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.